Hey guys, welcome to another Iron Mike GT7 stream. This is the Nations Cup at Deep Forest, Group 4 cars. I'm not familiar with this track, so during the week, during practice, I had to try and familiarise myself. It was quite difficult. Some of the corners, not sure what lines to take, and then which car to pick. 18 laps and 4 times tyre wear on mediums. Possible no stop. I was looking for a car that was really good on tyres and stable, and for me it was either the Sirocco or the Nissan Silvia. So I'm using the not the Sirocco, sorry, the Megane. It was a toss-up between the two. I wasn't sure. I felt like they were almost on par with their tyre wear. Other cars like the WRX, which was a popular one as well, any four-wheel drive, I found like the front tyres began to die by lap 12, let's say. But the Megane and the Silvia seem to be stable, consistent. The only downside to the Megane is its top-end speed isn't the best. So I didn't put in a tremendous qualifying. I wanted to start from the back. Take the pressure off. Obviously I'm slightly not taking this race too seriously, starting at the back and in a bit of a wild card car, I guess you could say, the Megane. But we'll see. So my plan really is to hang in there with people, hopefully benefit off other people's mistakes, but by lap 12, let's say, when people's tyres really begin to suffer and they're struggling, that's when I was hoping I would be able to make way and some real progress. During the week, qualifying times, I felt like I was just a little bit under what I should be, and I thought maybe some of these corners like this one, maybe I wasn't entering and exiting as well as I should be, and I was losing time. But lots of mistakes during the week, penalties, spinning out on this upcoming tight hairpin. I like that during the week. Get all the mistakes out the way, get all the accidents out the way, learn from it, and then just a little precaution in the race. Quite rarely do I make a mistake. I do make mistakes, but not that often. I've seemed to have got them out of my system. So still in last place, starting to question whether or not this was a good idea. A lot of people still driving quite well. No mistakes so far from anyone. Oh, here we go. So who's that? The Skidler. I don't know if he got pushed or I think he just overcooked the corner. Forgetting about you're in slipstream. So at this point, I guess trying to picture what's going on in my mind. I'm trying to keep up with these guys, but also I'm watching the split time between myself and Skidler to see whether or not he's easily catching up. Two guys in front now. They're half a second penalties. Unfortunately, half a second isn't that much. Penalty's over before you know it. So it's not a major advantage to get past them. So getting past the average driver, and then this guy who I've never really heard about before, get past him, and now it's time to see whether or not he puts any pressure on me. Again, I was thinking down the straight I'm just going to be chewed up. I don't have the best top end speed. I've got no one in front of me for any slipstream. I'm keeping it in 5th gear. It does got 6 gears, but going up 6 there's no real benefit, and it's helping me chew up some fuel. And even though the tyres hang in there throughout the race, still being very careful. I could just abuse them and and then suffer later on. So still trying to look after them somewhat. This is my worst corner. That turning left, dip, turning right, and that's where I really needed a stable car. I was testing a number of cars like the Alpha 4C. Tyre wear was really good, not much wear at all. But being an MR car, meaning the most of the weight's in the centre, the back end was quite slippery. So put that Alpha 4C to bed. So really, like I said, it's the Megane or the Silvia. I'm looking at the long game, not looking for a car that's just fast now, but will pay the price later. I'm looking for something that will hold throughout the whole race. So finishing off lap 3 from 14th up to 11th. Doing okay. I must admit this, like I said, I'm not familiar with this track. I guess the more I'm racing it, the more I enjoy it. Mainly, maybe because it's Group 4. I really enjoyed it. I did another race later on in my secret second account, and it was such a good race. I really want to stream it, so I probably will be streaming my second account race, which I never do. I usually keep it nice and quiet, but it was such a good race. It's probably one of the best races I've ever had. I just want to share it out there. So at some point I start to notice there's a bit of a cluster of cars in front of me. Split, a bit deep there. Split time, 4-second gap. I'm holding it off from the guy behind. So I'm doing okay at the moment. That 4-second gap, I'm going to see if I can get it down with the help of this group of cars in front, who I'm hoping will be battling with each other. And the two guys in front of me, position 9 D car and position 10 Seth Sim, they're both in Nissan Silvias, which for me is really the favoured car for this race. D car, I've raced against him just lately a few times, and he's usually in the top 5, let's say. So a guy like that who's in top 5 in the favoured car, I actually during the qualifying messaged him and said, this is your race. I was expecting big things from him in this race. And Seth Sim, I'm familiar with that guy. He normally will start at the back like myself, but normally he doesn't do too well, and yet this race he does. He's starting to move up there. He's in 9th place already. I can't remember what position he started. I started 14th. I think he started 12th or 11th. So like myself, he is moving up. So finishing off lap 5, my tyres are still looking good. Like I said, I think maybe by lap 12, I'm expecting to see other cars begin to struggle. See the gap with the guy behind me is opening up. It's 2.2 seconds now, so or 2.2. So I could almost begin to forget about him. It was really time to focus on D-Car, which I think during the race I was a bit disappointed to see him there. I had, like I said, I'd mentioned to him, this is your race. And here he is in 10th place. Now I have said that I feel like the Nissan Silvia is the favoured car for this race, so why am I using the McGann? I honestly thought everyone's going to be in the Silvia, and I didn't want to just do what everyone else was doing. So this is actually the second race of the day. I got home late from work, missed the first race by 10 minutes. Second race of the day, and I thought everyone's going to be in the Silvia, so I thought I'll go against the grain and try my luck. And yet when the lineup was presented, I realised there's only 2 Silvias in this race. There were 2 Jaguars, a Nissan GTR, can't remember the rest, but yeah, I was a bit disappointed I didn't go with the Silvia in this one. But nonetheless, like I said, I feel like the McGann here and the Silvia were almost on par. McGann just lacks a little bit of top end speed. Look at that, someone's pitting. The guy that was just behind me pitted. That surprised me. And on lap 8 I thought just a touch early, if you're going to pit at all. I would only pit if I was up near the front by a long shot. Yeah, this track I do enjoy. Takes a bit of patience. There's a number of corners that look like you don't need to slow down at, but you have to remind yourself slow down to get the corners right. There's probably about now, which I thought, hang on, there's a cluster of cars in front of me, not just 1 or 2. There's a number of them here, which was good for me. I'm thinking, well, I just need to try and catch up as best I can. Well, look at that, on the left there. So that's D car. I think he got a penalty. I don't know what was going on with him there. He was ghosted and dragging against the wall. So the guy who once said this is your race is behind me now in 11th. So I'm hoping the group of cars in front begin to try and battle. We're just starting lap 9 now, so for me it was like we'll be getting close to people having their tyres really worn, struggling on corners. And again, if you look at my tyres, they're still looking relatively good. And the McGann being so low, it's got a low centre of gravity, it's quite stable. Still got to take some care on that last corner, but it's quite forgiving, this car. I was happy to see a little cluster in front of me. I was hoping by, like I said, lap 12 for example, tyres begin to wear, a lot of these cars will start to drop off, and there's quite a bit of gains I'll be able to make. I'm not that far away from first place. I am, what, 21 seconds, not doing too bad, hanging in there. I'm keeping up with a lot of these guys, giving them a run for their money in the McGann. Keeping it in 5th. Making sure I'm patient here and just backing off a bit. And even here, this is the other one, I've got to just take easy. Pick the right time to start pushing out. So we've got Violent Aussie in front with a penalty. Another half second, which isn't much. But for me, I think this is a sign of the tyres wearing and weaknesses starting to show. So I'm too far back to make a move. Just a quick run over, I don't know if we've missed it. Traction control is 0. I did test with a particular car, can't remember which one, traction control, just adding some in. And it just made the car slower. Really surprised. So there's IJK Racing and Violent Aussie pitting. So I'm in 8th place now. That really surprised me. So traction control off, and then I think in testing I found with the automatic stability management, or ASM, I had that on, and counter steering on strong. I think it just helped to settle the car. So up to 8th now. Really surprised that people are choosing to pit. But those guys have now come out of the pits and they're behind me on fresh tyres, which mine aren't really too badly worn, so we'll see how we go with the split time. So up ahead we've got Jay Cray and Seth Sim. Jay Cray, he's in the, I think it's the Jaguar. I wasn't too sure how his tyres would be going, but I just had a gut feeling. Like I said, Sylvia and McGann's tyres last pretty good. It's almost like every other car, the tyres really wear. I feel like I'm closing in on J. Cray now, and again still there's a little cluster of cars in front. So for example, J. Cray is going to be sort of held up a bit. Really starting to learn to race hard, but a part of that is also knowing to control myself and be patient, not pushing too hard on corners, making mistakes. But this is I think he's pulling away at the moment. Like I said, the McGann's top end speed isn't the best. I guess it's really the cornering. So I think this Isotube New Zealand, I think his tyres are pretty worn now. I can't remember what car he is in. It may be the GTR. So remember I said about by lap 12, so we're on lap 13 now. A lot of these larger, more powerful, heavier cars, their tyres will begin to suffer. Guy behind D-Car who had pitted, I think there was a gap of 4 seconds, it's now 3.6, so I'm not doing too bad. Trying to get this corner right to get a really good exit. Don't want to go in too hard and come out slow. So I'm easily in his slipstream now, trying to make the most of it. Going out wide and slow. So I've got past him easily, braking away on the straight, but my top end is just not there, and he quite easily gets past me again. Covered that corner quite well there. I was hoping he'd just go a bit further out. I feel like I'm being held up now here. See, he's getting a bit loose and wide. And this is just letting the guys behind catch up. Just can't do it. So just coming around this corner now. Oh, look how slow he is. I realise I've got this IJK Racing behind me. I know he's pitted, he'll have fresh tyres on. He was up the front. So he's definitely going to be overtaking me. So I think I'll put my indicator on here. Hazards accidentally, then indicator. Not going to slow down for him, but just keep that door nice and wide open. And just let him go. So you can see here he's on his fresh tyres, he wants to get past pretty quickly. So I've still got D-Car behind me who had pitted, but he's about 2.7 behind, so he did pit early, so I was hoping he would be pitting again, or his tyres would be struggling. So IJK Racing trying to go around the outside, Isotube just holding his line, squeezing him into the wall. Bit of contact there, no harm done, but it slowed them both up a bit. ice tube's gone a bit deep again, so that's let me get past nice and easy, and now I've got some slipstream to try to hang on to. Three laps to go. 7th place. I was pretty happy with my performance. I haven't had any penalties. My pace has been reasonable, and from probably lap 13 onwards I've been showing just a little bit of strength with the tyres. The other good thing, I guess, for me in my mind is while I'm racing, I'm thinking, well, I've got D-Car who had pitted. If he is slowly catching, he's now got to try and get past Isotube. And after this, I'll have 2 laps to go. And from 14th, so far I'm doing okay. Look at the top right-hand map. There's still quite a few cars that are within passing distance if there was a mistake to be made. Got Isotube is really dropping off now, 1.7 seconds. IJK Racing ahead in the WRX and fresh tyres. He's making a move. He's up to 5th. So again, I've got the I think it's the J Cray behind him with 2.3 seconds. So I've got 2 laps to see if I can catch up. Even though there's a sense of urgency, still maintaining that level of patience and rhythm around those corners. And Jay Cray's got a penalty. Again, a very short one, but still, it's looking promising. Possibly tyres are really cooking now, making mistakes. Bit too far away to make a pass. You can just sense it though, how slow that was. D-Car behind, he's caught up quite a bit now, so you can see him in my rear view. You watch how clean D-Car is. You know, he could pop in there and just push me out a bit. It keeps it clean. It's got better tyres. You know, could have easily done that. It's much closer now. Is it well in my slipstream? Jay Cray ahead is just hanging in there. Again, he's going on the inside, could have broke later, starting to move in now, could have been a tap, I was waiting for it, but again, that's pretty clean racing from D-Car. So having a look at my tyres there, they're not too badly worn compared to other people. From 14th to 7th, I was pretty happy with that. Well, hopefully not too far away, I'll be posting my my other accounts. It was a better race than this one. It was still pretty good, worth streaming, I guess. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button if you don't mind, and see you in the next one. Bye for now.